Hi guys, happy Thursday. Um, I'm really sorry it's been quite a while since the last video. I didn't really expect anyone to actually be viewing it. I don't advertise it, and if you actually are watching this, you probably stumbled upon it accidentally. I apologize for the lack of professional quality. I am not a professional by any means in terms of video editing. I have no idea what I'm doing, and this is completely recorded and edited on my mobile phone, just in case you're wondering, um, which is not the latest or the greatest. My mobile phone is like 2 years old. So I thought I would just start the channel because I wanted to document my plants whilst they're still alive, because I have a history of killing plants. In fact, I have killed mint plant before, which I have been told is pretty impossible. But obviously, nothing is impossible, as my boss always tells me. So, anyway, I thought I would actually just go through trailing plants today because it is Trailing Thursday. So, trailing plants, I absolutely love them because they look beautiful and they are usually pretty easy to grow. But I'm gonna go for my very first trailing plant to start off with, because my very first trailing plant was given to me as a Christmas gift when I was asked what do I want for Christmas, and I said could I get a string of hearts, and voila, I had a string of hearts. In fact, I have done 3 propagations out of the original string of hearts, and this is my 3rd propagation, and I only did it because I really want to use this pot. I mean, look at how cute is this pot. This is basically Sass and Bell, not sponsored. By the way, I just really love the fact that it's got a cute cat face and it's got cute little cat ears, and I wanted a reason to put a trailing plant in it. So string of hearts is it, because I've got plenty of them to propagate. In fact, I've got so many string of hearts now. I've got one in every room pretty much. Just to experiment different growing conditions, just to see how it gets on, because I've got so many of it. You can probably see it's quite sparse. It's not like the bushiest string of hearts you're ever going to see. It is really long. It goes down all the way to the floor. Funny story about that one. I have a video of my cat basically trying to eat the string of hearts because he was getting a bit naked at the very bottom. And if you're wondering why this happens, pets happens. That's what happens. And also, whilst we're on that subject, string of hearts is pet safe. So if your cat or your dog decides that it will quite like a nice chew because you're not feeding it enough vegetables, it's not gonna kill them. So that's good. Obviously, it's kind of like, don't let them eat it if you don't have to, but at least it won't kill them. So yeah, so this is my 3rd string of hearts. Absolutely love it. It's actually quite a regular string of hearts. It's basically green and with white sort of patterning on it. Nothing special. Grows really easy. And the difference between the growing conditions that I found is if you grow it in a really warm, sunny spot, it has much shorter gaps between the hearts, and the heart sizes are bigger. And if you grow it in a slightly dimmer condition, like in my bedroom where the sunshine is not quite as strong and it's also not quite as warm as in the conservatory, the gaps between the hearts is much longer and the hearts are slightly smaller as well. So if you do want really thick, big leaves kind of string of hearts, you're probably better off just growing it in a warm, sunny spot. So that's good. I also got more recently the string of hearts variegated version, and the variegation is grown from one cutting this summer, and actually it hasn't done too bad for itself. It has started to trail, which is nice. You can see the trailing bits, and the difference is basically you can maybe see that it's got sort of a white edging with a little bit of a pinky variegation. I mean, it's not terribly obvious, but it is quite cute. It gives the difference to the normal string of hearts. And if it grows at all at the speed of the normal string of hearts, it should have a lot more of these around next year, maybe. But as you can see, I also grow it in the conservatory currently in a random jute string hanging thing that I've made. Pretty easy, just cheat your way through. I mean, I tend to do it anyway for that. Speaking of string of anything, I do have a couple more string of stuff that I can show you today. They're not hearts. I have got string of dolphins. This is also grown from a cutting that I got during a plant trade this summer. It literally was just a cutting about this long, and it became like that in a couple of months. So that's a pretty good grower. I'm a bit disappointed that it's actually gone all green now. String of dolphins, you can probably see that it looks like tiny leaping dolphins. That's why it's called string of dolphins. Yeah, it's gone all green now, and during the height of summer it was actually going a little bit purple, especially at the tip. So I'll include a photograph of what it looks like as well, just so you can see. And it's really beautiful when it goes purple, and didn't think it was going to do that. In fact, nowhere actually says that it does it, so I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was, oh, it's a cutting, I'll just grow it, but actually it's quite pretty. And on the topic of string of anything, I also have a string of turtle. So string of turtles, you can probably see that it's got patterning, round little things that looks like turtle shells. Pretty cute. I almost killed this one because I put it in direct sunlight, and do not put it in direct sunlight because you will burn the leaves. It'll go pale and it'll be very unhappy with you. However, now that I've moved it to its more indirect lighting, it's actually trailing and it's actually loving life more, and you can actually see the markings a lot more as well now. So that is pretty cute. I got this as a baby plant, probably half this size, just because I thought I would just collect the string of anythings anyway. So but other than that, everything else is pretty much the same as before. But yes, speaking of which, I was going to include a video of my cats trying to eat my string of hearts, so enjoy. By the way, if you watch really closely, you will actually see some of the hearts pinging off as he's chewing, and yeah, not impressed. In fact, that video was taken after I've told him off 5 times the last 5 minutes before I took the video, because he doesn't listen, because he's a cat, you know. Free cat to a happy home. Anyway, have a great Thursday, guys.